about how he's relying on you and Ty because he wants more veteran experience in that second unit. I mean, like, do you consider yourself more of a veteran player? Like, how do you, I guess, navigate with your experience level, bringing a veteran presence to a younger bench rotation?
Yeah. For me, it's I feel like I know the game pretty well. And even if I make a mistake, I can identify it pretty quickly. So I think that's what Ty's played. Had a great college career, and he's been in the league for a couple years too. So I feel like that's something we've both been able to bring into the team. Like going through 4 years of college, really, Romano was like, I had a lot of the simple stuff drilled into me, so I can bring at least that to the table. So that's something that I try to do every day, and just make sure if I can't make a shot, I can at least do that, and I know that helps the team.
What do you think? What ground was made these last 2 days at practice, preparing for Cleveland?
Yeah, we know Cleveland's a good team, but the biggest thing for us was just focusing on our defensive principles and getting back to playing Warriors defense. Being last in the league in defense isn't cool, and nobody's happy about it. So being able to make the adjustments and do whatever we have to as a team, as individuals, to make sure that we can change that and show a different Warriors team the next time we go out is what we've been focused on.
Do you have a nickname in the locker room?
Lamb, I guess. Everybody calls me Lamb.
Not like Lamb Chop or nothing like that?
Lamb Chop. They used to call me Honey in Houston. John Lucas. Shout out John Lucas. I've been called a lot of things. People call me whatever they want.
Well, those two over there will appreciate that question.
Yeah.
Lambo.
There's Lamb Chop, Lambster, Lamborghini, Lamb Kebab. A lot of people just call me A Lamb. It's like an ad-lib. You ever heard of the A Lamb? Pull up A Lamb or pull up Lamb. So I've heard that a lot. Everything going around Lamb, nothing around Anthony. So it's usually that.
Why did the guy in Houston call you Honey?
Oh my goodness. I don't know if you've ever met John Lucas, but he's an amazing person. But he makes nicknames for everybody. So the first day I got in here, he just started calling me Honey. He said, have you ever had a honey lamb ham? And I have no idea what that is. But from that day on, I was called Honey. So yeah, there we go.
Going back to the team and your time on the floor, I mean, Steve Kerr explains that the recipe is if you defend without fouling, there are minutes for anyone on this team. So what do you think about being a two-way player, but having an opportunity to start or get minutes if you play a certain way?
Yeah, it's awesome. It's showing me that there is a way to earn a spot here. And be productive and help the team, to bring the simple things, the basics, the stuff that nobody else wants to do, if you're willing to do it. And coach shows his favor to people willing to do the stuff that nobody else wants to do. So if I can continue to do that and get really good at it, and I find myself in more minutes, I'm very grateful, and I'm going to continue to build on that stuff and practice it if I have to, spend extra hours just guarding without fouling and putting my hands up. And even if I look funny or odd, and if it works, it works. So.
What do you want to do overall with this opportunity to be with the Warriors on a two-way?
I want to earn a regular spot here. I want to be on the roster. I want to be able to play in the playoffs and help the organization. I think that's my biggest goal, in being able to play in the playoff series with the Warriors and eventually win a championship is like the utmost, and every basketball player wants to do it. And we have a direct path with all the great players that we have here. So any role I can fit in that and help facilitate that and in my own way and bring my own gifts to the table, then I'm willing to do that and put in the work for it.
How encouraging is it to see what the Warriors have been able to do with, some of their previous two-way players, some of their previous G League players, and how they've developed them, and a lot of them have gotten either bigger roles with the Warriors or just elsewhere in the NBA?
Yeah, for me, getting here and sort of trying to get a shot at the Warriors was always a goal of mine since I even came into the league, which just because I knew how they develop people, and I've seen all the success stories, and anybody you talk to across the league, like saying they even got like a week to work out with the Warriors, like, oh, they do it right over there. They develop guys, they do it the right way. And then seeing how synced up they are with Santa Cruz. Like when I played for RGV, I was able to see like, okay, well, they're very connected with the G League team, which is something that's really important for developing your players. So I know that from the outside it looked good, but now being on the inside, it's even better. So I know I'm in the best spot I can to develop myself as a basketball player.
Before you came here, were you friends or acquaintances with anybody in the organization?
I had known Ty from, we played against each other in high school. So we known each other then. Who else? Not really. I think that's the most of it, the extent. But NBA ties run deep. So like there's a couple people I met here that have known like people I've either played against or played with. Like coaches like talk to each other all the time. So I know that's helped me too. Like and meeting a lot of good people across the league, they all talk to each other, and it sort of like helps you build relations even before you meet somebody.
I know you went to Vermont, but can you remind me what your hometown is?
Rochester, New York. Okay.
What do you think about being on the West Coast, California specifically, San Francisco specifically? Like, what is it like? What are the vibes out here like?
It's amazing. Like I think the first like whole month I was here, it was like 75 and sunny, which was like, it was weird, but it was like, this is awesome at the same time. Because like in New York, it's like, it's either going to be hot or it's going to be cold or it's going to be raining or it's not. And then it's going to change and then you don't know what to wear that day. So, but it's a different feel. People are more like level here. It's something I noticed, but it's been good times out here so far. So I'm good for it.
What's just some of the early feedback that you've gotten from the coaching staff, especially after these last two games?
A lot of it's talking about how I can flow a little bit better with the offense and continuing to harp on keep my hands up and going and playing without fouling. For me, being like a positional guy and a positional defender, sort of filling in gaps where we need it, depending on the lineup. I have to understand where I can fit in or with the guys that are on the court with me at the same time. So I have to watch how guys play, watch what we can do in our offense, watch how I can be more effective in different sets and get more into our actions. They believe that I can play really well out of the stuff that they've been doing for a long time. So trying to get into much of those read-based actions as I can is going to help me and help the team.
Do you have any thoughts on the Warrior City edition jerseys that were released today? Have you seen them?
I haven't looked at them. I've been in the gym all day.
They're dope.
Nice. Yeah. They're dope.
They're loud but dope.
They're loud.
Yeah, make sure you say it's dope.
It's dope. Double down on the dope. Yeah.
It's for women.
Oh, wow.
It's a flower.
Yeah.
On the front.
That's really cool.
Yeah. You probably won't see a lot of the stuff at the bottom because your jersey will be tucked in, but
Yeah, we'll take a delay game. We'll take one. Take one for the team. No, those are really cool though. Those are dope. Those are
perfect. Said lamb. LA, is that Lamborghini? Said it?
Lamborghini, honey lamb. Honey lamb. I don't even know if that's a real thing. Honey lamb ham. I've never heard of that.
Allison, you don't have a lamb chop.
Lamb. That'd be a first. I don't think I've ever seen that before. He definitely lamb chopped him. Wow, that's bad.
Cool, you guys good?
Yeah. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.